Wastelanders, welcome to the Initiative Order and the next episode of Vault. This is a Fallout TTRPG 2D20 game by Modifius, run by me, your overseer, April Hill. So welcome to the Wasteland. This game setting is in Texas, 2177, 100 years after the Great War. Before we get into our announcements in our game tonight, let's meet our players. We will start with Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and also to Brianna DaCosta on Twitter. As my name suggests, I am a cosplayer and a streamer, and you can also catch me in a lot of different D&D and TTRPG streams because I'm kind of obsessed, not gonna lie, especially with this one. So hopefully you enjoy the Wild Wasteland Squad. Let's do the thing.
All right, and Sugar Cyrus.
What can I say? It's J Casual Campbell. You can find me on all social media at casual_Campbell, where I aspire to inspire to the day I expire with no plans to retire. I'm a professional storyteller, entertainer, and just free-hearted love spirit, and I emulated that in my character, Sugar Ray Cyrus, the wasteland ghoulish bard of the Commonwealth. And let me tell you, love is not the only thing I'm spreading. I'm spreading the passion of music in the way I know how.
All right, our favorite rock star ghoul, and Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer. I put together a lot of events to help the community to raise money for charity, to promote diversity, and a bunch of other things. That's really awesome. And yeah, tonight I'll be playing Pawn, the former raider trying to redeem himself by doing as many good actions as possible, but it's a little bit hard for him to do so. But yeah, and I'm super excited with his dog Hash Brown, who I just found out is super hench and super buff, so it should be really cool. And yeah, that's me.
Yes, the players just leveled up to level 7 after this last session, and so yeah, Pawn and Hash Brown, everybody's favorite former raiders. And we got Peggy Sue James.
Well, howdy, hey y'all. Taryn Hackett, aka Valrook. Catch me on the Instagram at Valrook, and follow my dice stuff on UO_dice, because I'm a dice maker and TTRPG streamer. It's kind of what I do. And of course, tonight though, I'm playing as Peggy Sue James. She's about as busy as a cat on hot tin roof, so we gotta get this done.
And then we've got Marcus.
Hey, I am Justin, and I'm playing Marcus Cole, the slinger of guns and partaker of drugs.
Accurate.
All legit and psycho. I could not believe.
We need a shirt with that written on it.
Yes.
We'll get there.
Mr. Marcus, taker of all the kids. Then we've got Tipper is with us today.
Yay! Hi everybody, I'm Alicia Marie, or Alicia Marie Body on socials, and I'm a costume artist and TTRPG streamer. And I'm here and there, different campaigns, one-shots, etc. Like Brianna Utahime was saying earlier, I'm pretty obsessed with playing RPGs with my friends. Today, and for Vault in all eternity, I am playing Tipper, and she's a synth artificer type crafter, and she's pretty much a badass, and there's always something weird going on with her, so it keeps it interesting, which I like.
Yes. And you played Sea of Thieves this morning, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And you just need the big pirate hat. That was cute. I liked your post. You were like, I need a pirate hat. We all need pirate hats.
I did want to let everybody
I felt like a budget pirate, you know? I was like, man, but it's all good. All good. I want my clip. Whomever has Tipper's clip for a machine gun, y'all have to sleep at some point.
I just wanted to let you all know I voted in chat for who I thought April was going to kill today. I do believe it will be Marcus.
I voted Pawn.
I voted Sugar.
Oh my gosh.
Make me feel like a bad guy.
And my name is April Hill. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. And yeah, playing with all my friends all the time, doing all kinds of shows everywhere and doing things and having fun. And yeah. So let's dive into our sponsors. We've got Session Zero Clothing, which make D&D inspired streetwear, and you can use the code ORDER at checkout for 15% off, as well as Norse Foundry, which makes artisan dice, and you can use the code TIO15 at checkout for 15% off with them. We've also got Roaming Player Gear that makes amazing tabletop gaming supplies by our own GotDM. So use Carnaby20 for 20% off on the Dice Tower / Dice Tray combo set. And also be sure to check out their show every other Sunday, right? Every other Sunday here on the Initiative Order. They just had their first session week before last. Absolutely amazing. It's very beautiful, very different than anything you've seen before. And of course, Utahime is on that, so you'll want to check that out. We've also got Mithril Armory, which they have 10 hedrils that are a foldable metal dice puzzle. They come in a flat sheet of metal that you can fold into a usable die. They have some beautiful designs by some amazing artists. Their Kickstarter just ended today, so hopefully you got in on that. But be sure to check out their website for all of the awesome things that they make, other than just the 10 hedrils. But they're really wonderful, and they will also be sponsoring our giveaway for tonight's show. So at our mid-show break, if you enter, you can go ahead and enter Mithril in the chat starting now. So enter Mithril in the chat, and you will be entered in to win our mid-show giveaway, a set of the 10 hedrils, which are so much fun to play with and compete with your friends. They make great gifts. Also, if you'd like to support us, if you'd like to support the Initiative Order, as well as all the players here, if you donate bits and subs, we so much appreciate that. And that goes to the running costs of doing these shows and maintaining these shows and our Discord and all of the things. And if you'd like to donate myself and the players, you can do so by donating and tipping us on Ko-Fi, which you can find that link below. So if you'd like to throw a couple dollars our way, we do split all the tips, and we really appreciate that because a lot goes into performing for y'all, playing these games, getting all the cute setups and the costumes and whatnot. And we work really hard we work really hard playing this game and having so much fun, and we hope you enjoy it too. So without further ado, I think that's enough for announcements. If I can find my right mouse, which is this one. There we go. All right, yeah, without further ado, everyone, I believe it's time. We all get a little wasted.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Ronan made Ronan.
Ronan made Ronan. With hair.
Yeah, Ronan made Ronan as a little.
It literally looks like him. Oh, I gotta order my mini.
Oh, I need to order mine now that I have to change what mine looks like because Dell did.
Welcome back, everyone. I don't know how sometimes I don't mute at the right time and I mute at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I'll eventually get it someday, I promise. All right, so last week Where are we? All right. So last week, you all came up on a raider camp after taking a bounty and skipping town because somebody set fire to the headquarters of the Desert Rangers and proceeded to let out a prisoner and loot the place. So yeah, skipped town with a bounty in hand, looking for Big John, who is one of the higher ups of the Rattlesnake gang, Rattlesnake Raider gang. And you came upon their hideout. Well, it wasn't really much of a hideout, but you came upon their camp. And after Sugar tried to persuade your way in with music, the raiders kind of laughed at you and said, well, we'll let you in if you survive this. And wouldn't you know it, a pack of feral ghouls and a glowing feral ghoul came running around the side and attacked you. Well, you did something I wasn't expecting. Not only did you proceed to attack the ghouls that were attacking you, but you also attacked the raiders who were not attacking you. So you were attacking both of them at the same time. Luckily, no one got killed other than the raiders. However, after throwing some grenades, shooting people out of the sky, the glowing ghoul resurrecting some of the ghouls that you had taken down, but then eventually after you take all of them out and you do get in, right before you can stop them, Big John and two raiders take off the back way out of the camp on motorcycles. Marcus tried to use his rifle, his hunting rifle, to shoot Big John, or at least his tire, to stop them. Well, he did. Big John took a tumble, fell off of his motorcycle, and the wheel was damaged. However, being the ranking head honcho of this establishment, he kicked one of the other raiders off their motorcycle and took off on it with the other raider with him, leaving the other one in the dust for Marcus to have a chat with, if he so chooses. You all also find a ton of loot in this place. So we will start off with right after the battle, right before you loot everything. And of course, you'll loot everything later. But what would you like to do?
Peggy goes over to them workbenches. She takes her knife and some little bit of, just gun oil things that she has on her, and starts working on her leather chest piece and would like to upgrade it. Because it ain't fancy enough, for one, and for two, it needs to protect her a little better from all these weird ghoul people and dumbasses that think they can shoot me.
Okay. You will find in this raider camp, you will find an armor workbench, as well as a weapons workbench, a cooking station. So if you felt like crafting anything, those are available to you. Marcus, you would also be out. You ran. You used action points and whatnot, and you ran as fast as you could to get up with the raiders. So
Yes.
So Peggy's gonna go do that, and I rolled for it, April.
Oh, so you rolled. So you are upgrading.
Yes,
Okay.
I am.
So you were upgrading your armor, right?
Yeah, my
all right,
chest piece,
so-
specifically the leather one. To
Okay,
the
The raider chest piece, or the leather chest piece, the girdled. Okay,
Yes.
so it would be your intelligence plus the skill, which was repair, and that's your target number. And then the difficulty is the complexity, which was a 3, minus your skill rank, which your skill rank was a 2, so the difficulty was a 1. So how many successes did you get?
1.
You got 1. So you were able to, after 30 minutes, are you going to spend action points to speed up the
I
process?
will spend how
2
many
action
is it?
points.
Is it 1
Two
or 2?
action points to speed it up to where instead of it taking an hour, it's going to take 30 minutes.
Yeah, she's hustling. She's hauling. She's getting it done.
Okay, and Sugar, you're taking care of the action points, right?
Confirming that we start off at max again for top of the session.
No, because you're still in the scene. Since it's
Got
still
it.
in the same scene,
That's what I thought.
Do we have 2 action points?
We do. We only have 2
Okay.
left now.
I will say that also Peggy moves her belt buckle from just like part of a belt and like actually helps it like attaches it to her chest piece now, so it has a large about this big silver looking belt buckle with a longhorn across it, of course.
It would be a longhorn.
Yeah, it has to be. It has her daddy's name engraved on the back of it. Yeah, so that it definitely looks a little nicer too that she's going in and putting the paisley on it. So that's what Peggy's doing.
Yes, sugar.
And confirming this is kind of happening right after we had just finished the battle.
Yes.
Peggy's
Yes.
efficient.
So I just, after I'm pretty sure if I remember, I just punched the living lights out of one dude. I hope you're feeling all right, Ash. I saw you charging forward. You doing good?
Yeah, of course.
Other than the cancer, as Han will take right away, as we definitely took radiation damage.
Okay, so you're
You
taking
get
your rat
used to
away.
it.
You get used to it, says the ghoul.
But after a battle like that, opens guitar, has lady come over, open the guitar case, and pulls out this out of this insulated container. Maybe a little refreshment might be nice. Tosses over my second Viking beer over to Ash.
Important question
Thanks.
to our beautiful overseer.
Is this
While-
something you me? I'm just kidding with that.
As Peggy's making her way around, she is checking any kind of liquor cabinet, looking anything, looking for specifically any bottle of Jaime tequila.
You will not find that here.
Okay.
There will be some tequila, but it's like some Cuervo.
Yeah, she
Being
takes
this-
a sip, spits it out on the ground, and just chunks the bottle on the wall, just pours piss, and just walks off. As she's walking around, she's just like mad that it's not what she's looking for.
We're wasting
Ash will
perfectly good
respond to,
Molotovs.
Only one bottle. She didn't break all of it, just the one. She just
Ash will respond to Sugar and be like, "You must be really lucky. You find the good stuff all the time. This is really good."
Life treats me pretty well. As long as I keep moving, life keeps rewarding me. Nearly, it's been several decades and not a single moment of mishap in my life, so I count my blessings.
I like this beer. You just see her basically where she like kind of looks like she's smiling, but then it's like it disappears again because she's like it's still like smiling for Ash. It's very difficult, but there's still that hint of it because she's very excited about the Viking beer and she partakes of it.
Told you. I find that everyone has a love language, be it music, poetry, good beer, and love always finds a way to make someone feel joyous.
Again, I don't understand this whole love nonsense, but I just know that this is good stuff. That's all I know.
Love is not an easy language to decipher, but trust me, there'll come a point when you truly get it. It'll be worth it. And then Sugar will walk away with Lady in tow.
Then Ash will just kind of look in that direction, kind of think about it, contemplate what he said, and then still sip on the beer.
Han, while you were walking through some of the buildings, one of the things that kind of caught your eye was a Grognak comic, the Demon Slaves, Demon Sands edition.
He will Pon will definitely freak out and be like, "Oh my god!" And then because he freaks out, Hash Brown also freaks out as Hash Brown begins like barking and running around and like doing zoomies and all that kind of stuff over dead bodies and through blood and broken glass.
Who gave the dog Kim's?
And he'll pick up the comic book and treat it like gold, like he feels guilty for even touching it with his dirty hands and all that kind of stuff. But he'll be like, "Whoa!" And he'll completely stop what he's doing and he'll be like, Hash Brown, try to find stem packs or something. As he just tries to have Hash Brown like do something while he's just doing zoomies and all that kind of stuff.
Tipper, also, as you come into the camp, because as the battle ends, you were just outside the gates, and as you come into the camp, and everybody's starting to mill around inside the camp, you also you find some books and manuals, of course, that would probably pique your interest, knowing that your creator's manual was found out in the wasteland randomly, and you end up finding a book that kind of catches your eye, kind of piques your interest. It's called I Married a Robot. And it does give you perks. So, as well as the comic book. But this particular book, it's called I Married a Robot, and it does give you some perks. So I can tell you all what those are later.
I'll take the book. Tipper takes the book out, and she's sort of flipping through it like, this is a little too close to home. But I'll take it. She looks over to where the rest are. Where is Ash from her?
Not that far.
Yeah. I mean, this camp isn't quite too big. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much to Lawful Stupid.
Thank you, Lawful.
Raiden with a big old party. Hey, yes, thank you so much, Alias Prime. Thank you.
Welcome to the wasteland.
Thank
you.
So, we're playing, this is Vault, a Fallout TTRPG, the new system by Modifius. This is set in the Texas wasteland in 2177. So welcome to the wasteland.
Welcome.
I think that Ash is a little further in, like, because I went up top to take care of the last raiders, correct? And Sugar was across taking care of another one.
Yeah, I had run over to where you were.
Yeah. So I probably at this point, after the whole Viking beer, I mean, Ash would have probably walked a little bit more to the center of where everybody else is, pretty much.
Just started doing things. Okay, well, Tipper would like to pocket the book to check out later, maybe after dinner or something. And she starts like looking around for Ash because she has a bizarre question to ask her. She spots where Ash is and she sort of walks over to her and like taps her on the shoulder. Ash, I have a question for you.
Yeah. Did you have to do that in order to get my attention?
Oh,
Did you have to touch me in order to? Yeah.
Okay, next time I promise I won't. I always forget sometimes. It's just you look very touchable most of the time. At least that's what Sugar says.
Ash looks like where'd that voice come from? Because it sounded closer.
Yeah, from the vents.
That's what Sugar says.
Yeah, so what do you want? What's going on?
And Tipper sort of reaches toward your hair, and then she pulls back at the last minute. Like, okay, this thing about like human hair growth. So I get the impression that my creator didn't really equip my body to grow hair. But I get the impression that he was smart enough to realize that at some point in the future, there would be upgrades that would make it possible for me to be more human. He must have, because I don't think anybody here has noticed, but my hair is like 4 times longer. Can you?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. I was gonna say something about it, but
do you say that out loud? Like out loud?
Should I really care?
Yeah, it grew like as soon as we got those upgrades in the in Stockton. Like it's been like sort of growing, and I mean, I guess I look like what his partner would have looked like if she didn't cut her hair ever. But I don't feel like myself. So at some point I was wondering, how do you keep your hair short? I don't really ask anybody here, the guys either. I don't know. I mean,
Ash will then reach into her pocket and pull out a switchblade and be like, literally really close to Zip Tipper's face, like the easy way. You just.
Oh my gosh.
Am I close enough to hear this?
I would like to ask if she was yelling about nobody noticed my hair. That's what I want to know, if I heard that.
I would assume that you all are, I mean, it's pretty quiet out here. You all are the only ones making any kind of noise right now.
And your perception's like super high, so.
Yeah.
So I have this switchblade just out.
Yeah. Peggy just like leans out the nearest window while she's at this. I'm assuming this is all kind of taking place at the same time while she's working on stuff. She just leans her head out the window. honey, I would have commented, but I don't know you from Adam, so, and just goes back.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
I think
really
that was
my
Peggy.
business or anybody else's business. If you want to grow your hair, you want to poop for the first time, nobody cares. I mean, that's normal. That's cool. Whatever.
Sugar's gonna like
Well, apparently
nonchalantly.
she's gone before now. Sorry.
As
Sheer's
Sugar kind of
voice is
steps
coming from out
back
of
a bit.
nowhere. Just
and if you need to get a good old barber, I was certified at least at some point to be able to cut all kinds of hair. I've got many tools of the trade. I got the ability to cut hair. I got the ability to sew some clothes. I got the ability to tune a guitar, do some small repairs. I've got all kinds of skills, none of which in combat, but you don't need to fight when you know how to make art and magic. Like I said, everybody has a love language.
One has all of the opposite skills.
Exactly.
If you put Sugar's list of skills and Pod's list of skills side by
Arson,
side.
theft, murder, torture.
Yeah, that's the opposite side of Sugar.
Pon will definitely have anxiety about like, oh my god, and he'll run all the way to the highest point in the camp to just keep overwatch over everything to make sure nothing sneaks up on us as we're like looting through everything. So he'll be up there, also reading his comic ever so often, peeking over.
Yeah, and
Where's
you all
Hash Brown?
noticed-
is he just still zooming?
Yeah, probably doing zoomies around the entire complex. Supposed to be looking for stim packs, but he has ADHD just like his master, so you probably forgot.
Cute.
He will find one diluted stim pack for you.
Oh, perfect. Okay, thank you.
Diluted stim pack for you. And you will notice as you all are looting and talking about Tipper's hair, the possibility of pooping, different skills, and of course Peggy looking for tequila, you'll notice someone's missing. No one's seen Marcus since after the fight. Pawn, and as you go up in the tallest tower, the stacks of the raider camp, and you're starting to look out, you can just make off over one of the dusty trails where you can still see the fresh motorcycle tracks. You can see Marcus booking it to one raider that looks like they are trying to run as fast as they can away from Marcus. Marcus? Yes.
What is he
fine. Yeah.
doing?
Let's go ahead. Fun.
If he sees that Marcus is still involved in like a conflict, like trying to go over to someone, then Pon will immediately be like, oh, and then he will like put down his comic as gently as possible, and then get his bat and then try to run over as fast as possible to chase after Marcus, doing parkour if he can to try to get as fast as possible.
Yeah.
This complex.
Okay, are you going to tell everybody else, or are you just booking it to him?
I'm just booking it since everyone else, seems fine, and I feel. And I do whistle for Hash Brown though. That way he can come to my side.
Okay, so Marcus, you are making chase after this lone raider who was kicked off a motorcycle after their leader lost control of their motorcycle, and then he took control of their motorcycle and booked it. So you have caught up to them.
Okay, so he has stopped running, or is I've caught up enough?
She's still running.
Okay.
See?
All right. Well, I think if they wanted me to shoot them in the front, they would have run towards me.
Okay.
Sound logic.
So I will.
Just leave me alone. I wasn't shooting at you. I'm just trying to get the hell out of here. Just leave me alone. Leave me out here to die. Just.
I'll shout back. Stop running. I don't like it. We'll have a conversation that doesn't result in you getting shot.
I'm not shooting at you. I'm just running from you. Leave me alone.
Stop running, or I will shoot you.
I don't do a lot of running out here. I'm usually on one of those bikes.
Did
And
she
she
stop
stopped.
running? Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah, she stops and she's got her hands on her knees, bent over, doubled over, and she's just like.
Marcus does skip leg day, so he's not super happy. He's going to take a long swig from his water bottle.
Yeah, have some of that.
He'll pull out a different water bottle and give her that one.
COVID and all. Just be safe. And she will take it, like she'll just snatch it out of your hand and just immediately just start like crumpling it, just making that crackling sound, just like, and it's just going all over her. She completely drains it. And it's today's been, it's mild. It's about 75 degrees for November in Texas in the wastelands. So
yeah, but I'm wearing.
Is she trying to throw like a wet T-shirt thing in there? Is that what she's doing? Oh, slow motion.
The water goes everywhere.
Baywatch
She's mildly attractive if you are into people of the female persuasion. She's
Roll
got,
for sexual tension. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Sandy brown
Marcus.
hair. She's got brown eyes. She's got a couple scars on her face, from battle. And of course, she does have some raider armor on. And you'll notice, just like with all the bodies that you found in the raider camp, as is accustomed to the MO of the rattlesnake gang, you will see some of the armor, some of the leather is actually made out of rattlesnake hide, as well as they do have jewelry, necklaces, earrings, hair pieces that do have rattlesnake tails on them. Some are big, like they are abnormally large, and some are smaller, regular sized rattlesnake rattlers. So yes.
All right, so if we're done with the running,
Yes.
looks like your boss left you in the lurch. So I'll let you go. We don't have to have a fight. All I need to know is where he's headed.
I don't know, man. He's probably, he might wait till y'all leave and come back, or I don't know. Y'all started taking out people, and you were a little bit more rowdy than we figured you would be, and a little bit more powerful than we thought you would be. We weren't prepared for this kind of siege. Like, we're out in the middle of nowhere. He could just be waiting to come back, or he could have taken off, to the other camp. But I don't know. Like, we were just gone.
First, I don't think I believe you, because I don't think you'd be driving off to just some random location. I think you would know where you're riding to. But where's this other camp?
Like the main one. The main one's in Matador, but he doesn't really get along with the big boss, the higher up. So I don't know. He might go there. He and Scorpio don't really get along. Scorpius really don't get along, but like. But he might be going out there. I don't know. We usually just try to lay low away from all them. Tired of that, but.
So you think he went to the main camp, or he might be swinging back around after we leave? But you don't know. You weren't heading anywhere specific. You were just riding off to get away. You don't know where you're going.
From you guys.
So I don't believe you. I think you would know where you were riding to.
I follow orders, man. Like, they tell me to do something, I do it. If not, I die.
Is Pawn there yet, or is he still running?
You would be getting close. You can see that they have stopped, and you see that they are no longer, that Marcus is no longer chasing after her. They are stopping and they are having a conversation. So you would approach. Yes, you'd be getting closer.
Okay, I'm gonna shout out to Marcus. Be like, is everything okay?
Which is the word? I don't want to say the wrong one.
Pancakes for violence, waffles for
We're all waffles right now.
And then so he'll slow his pace a little bit once he gets close enough with his bat at his side and everything, and then Hash Brown will of course be growling towards this person. Question: I am a raider. I had raider life. Do I know this raider by any chance?
Looking at her, specifically her, she doesn't look familiar to you.
Okay. And then perfect. And
but
yeah.
You have now looking closely at what she's wearing, seeing some of the bodies of the people that you were fighting. The clothing of these people look familiar, like some raiders that you've come across before.
Okay,
But you
perfect.
don't recognize her specifically.
Okay, cool. Then, yeah, he'll pop up next to Marcus, be like, "Oh, good. I saw you out here. I was afraid. I feared the worst. Did you already take her weapons from her?"
Hey man, I was just running. I wasn't shooting.
I told her we were gonna have a conversation, and if she was honest, I'd let her go. But I don't think she's being honest. So look, what's your name?
Melissa.
Melissa. I've tried to be reasonable, but I don't think you're telling me everything. So I'm gonna count to 10, and then I'm gonna shoot you somewhere.
No.
Unless you could tell me something that I believe, and I want to believe you. I really do.
I don't have any reason to lie to you. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, like by myself, with just you two. I don't have any reason to lie to you, man. Like, what do I have to gain? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not lying. I'm not.
Han will absolutely take out his new fancy 10mm with 10 bullets, thanks to Ash, and then do a warning shot like near her body on the ground, just immediately in the middle of the sentence. And
So, you hear, so everybody out back at the camp, you do hear gunfire.
Peggy
Stop!
books it out
Ash
immediately
is
and is
gonna
coming to get a good look at what's
grab
going
her
on.
sledge and start running towards the direction of the shots.
Sugar's
gonna
gonna sit
follow
on that
Ash.
bridge between the two buildings that the exit came out of to just look from a distance at what's going on. I'm gonna open one of my little like granola bars and just gonna feed Bopper one of the toes that I had in my pouch and just watch from a distance.
Collect them thumbs. We can get caps for them.
Feed Bopper.
And Pon will simply be like, "Listen, Melissa, I don't know if you heard of us, but we're Tipper and the Tippers, and we're a way better raider gang because we're currently 2-0 right now for complexes raided and defeated. So you're gonna tell us what you know. If you don't have anything useful, then we're gonna kill you. That's gonna be it." And he kind of just points the gun
Peggy.
straight at her.
As Peggy starts to get closer, is it obvious that this woman is unarmed?
I didn't take her gun. Oh, she had one. She had it.
You didn't
Are
take
her
her
hands
gun?
in the air?
Okay.
No.
If Ponce does see weapons on her, then he'll absolutely be like, "Give us your shit, like right now. Toss it over to the side. Don't you dare like reach for anything."
Hold
and
on.
you're dead.
Overseer?
If she
Overseer, are her
tells
hands
us
up?
what she knows, she can leave. That's fine.
Peggy,
I
start-
don't want this to go to violence. I just
Okay, noticing that this woman is sitting there with her hands in the air and there are two men with guns pointed at him, Marcus will feel the dart kick up right from underneath
my
him.
My gun isn't out. I don't even have my gun out. I have a bottle of water in my hand.
As a bullet kicks up dust right between Pon and Marcus. Excuse me, gentlemen. That lady's got her hands in the air. I suggest you chill the fuck out.
I don't
As
think we can- I don't
Peggy
think
starts
we can hear
making
you.
her way up.
We're a quarter mile away. I don't think we can hear you.
She's yelling real hard.
Yeah,
I'd
she's
like
been
to-
doing,
What?
so she is away. She is a distance back from you, but she is coming up on you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And then Ash kind of looks over at Peggy because she wasn't sure what, like, that's like friendly fire, so she's kind of like, is she gonna shoot over by me next? So she doesn't know what's going on, but she's still like kind of, you know, going, but then a little behind Peggy because she's like trying to see what's going
Wait a
on, like
second.
what she's on right now.
Pon will definitely be like,
running.
Marcus, go ahead and take your shit, like knives, guns, anything like that, until this conversation is done.
Pon, I'm hoping that we can resolve this and she can be on her merry way and she can keep everything she has. I just want to know where he's headed, and I think you know and you're not telling us.
Sugar will now start walking that way.
Yeah, you would see Peggy and Tipper. Were you following too? Were you with?
Yeah, she just
Peggy and
followed
Ash?
along.
Okay. So Ash, Tipper, and Peggy are all approaching Pon, Marcus, and Melissa. Sugar, and Lady are kind of just scoping out, seeing what's going on, and you can see from the vantage point on the bridge between the two buildings. You can see just over the barricades around the raider camp. You can see that Tipper, Ash, and Peggy are approaching Marcus and Pon talking to what you can make out a raider.
Yeah, Sugar eventually. After like gauging that everyone's going that way, he's like, oh, okay, I guess I'll go too. All right, lady. All right, Bopper. I'll.
Let me know when Peggy gets there.
Okay, I mean, I got like a switchblade. I don't have any guns on me. We left in such a hurry. We were just minding our own business. Just, I mean, we were sitting down to some lunch. Like, we didn't know that we were about to be attacked. We had no idea anything was about to go down. I mean, and it's, I mean, just so you know, like, when they let the ghouls out on you, you know, that's a safety measure. We thought the
Pon will fire another shot to be like, start answering his questions.
Dust kicks up between Pon's legs.
You fire shot between Pon's legs.
Uh-huh.
Warning shot.
You chill out. There's Peggy's trying to get up there to this conversation.
Oh, I gotta reduce my ammo.
Yeah, I've been counting them off. That's fine.
So y'all, so I would say Tipper, Ash, and Peggy, you all are making it up there. You're pretty close by. Sugar, you are approaching. You're still a ways off.
Ash will tell everybody what the hell is going on, because this one over here is about to shoot somebody's toe off. So if we need to know what's going on.
I'm not sure why. Maybe she should ask before she starts shooting at her.
No, I'm gonna shoot at you. Those were warning shots. Seem to be what you're firing at this woman whose hands are up.
That seemed to be what Pon was doing as well, warning her. I'm not sure what you're warning him of.
So two armed gentlemen aiming their guns.
I don't have
threatening a woman out here in the waste by herself. I don't much appreciate that.
I don't either.
I don't blame you for not appreciating it, but you're in a predicament. I suggest you hush, because now I'm here. So, you just best be hoping you don't have a bounty on your head. Be respectful. Put the gun away. Both of y'all are bigger. Y'all could overpower. You know it. Put it away.
I don't have a gun. I have a bottle of water.
She's pointing at Pon.
He did give me some water. This one's shooting me though.
In fact, when I caught up with her, I gave her a bottle of water. Peggy,
Marcus, I'm talking to Pon.
Perhaps that's fine, Peggy, but maybe you just take a step back and when you don't know what's going on, and just let us continue our conversation.
Marcus, can you explain what the hell is going on? So, because I'm confused.
As you might be able to go ahead, Tippa.
I just think, you guys, even though we killed a bunch of people without asking any questions before, I don't think we should let it define us. So I think we should.
You are a Raider gang.
Oh no,
we're not a gang.
All points to the contrary. We're not. Your boss is a wanted man. Well, actually,
we're all wanted.
You're all wanted, but he actually has.
Wanted. It sounds like you're another Raider gang too.
Well,
I am wanted.
If that's what you want to believe, then all the more reason to tell us what we want to know. I just can't believe that you didn't know where he was headed.
Is there like a perception check we can do with this business?
You
or
can,
insight or something? Yeah.
Yes. So what you would do is a speech plus charisma. About this time, you have casually joined everyone. Sugar.
And
as you see your friend kind of talking and
is
arguing.
Walking past everyone to the Raider. Melissa's her name.
Melissa, yes. Difficulty for specifically if you're asking questions about Big John, those will be a difficulty of 2. Other questions might have a higher difficulty depending on what you're trying to ask.
Peggy will lean into Marcus real quick. Catch a lot more flies with honey rather than vinegar, Shug.
Peggy, you just came and started shooting at us.
I shot between y'all, not at y'all. There's a big difference. I was just warning you because it looked.
From our perspective, it seems awful similar.
From my perspective, it looked like y'all were ganging up on a woman, and that's just something I have a problem with.
That's fine and dandy.
Proceed.
In the future, ask a question. That's what we're
doing.
doing.
Y'all were too far off. I couldn't ask.
Pon won't relent because it'd be like, homie, you started this mess. You fired the first shot at the Raiders when we could have talked with them. You ruined all diplomacy. And he goes like, plus you're new. I don't take orders from you. And I look over to Tipper and it goes like, that's my boss over there, as he holds the un tight in his hands and looks to Melissa.
And was Sugar able to walk by everyone to Melissa? Is going to like put his hands up and kind of like reach out to shake her hand.
It's one of the ghouls. Shoot that! Shoot that! Shoot that!
Yeah.
Hold on, Melissa.
I'm used to that reaction, but let me introduce myself. I'm Sugar Cyrus.
It talks.
You're
Sweetie,
uncultured.
I do
and
more
dumb?
than talk. I bring passion to the greatest moments of life, and you seem like someone who wasn't too keen on the rate of life, but you had no other way to survive. So you get with a group that's locally, they get you imbued with them, and you find the protection and comfort of other people, despite the malicious nature of these men. And I'm pretty sure being a female in this raider camp, based on how Johnson was not too kind on your behavior. And I want to apologize that you had experienced that, but let me tell you, I'm nothing quite like those ghouls you've encountered, and I'm far from those raiders you've had to deal with. Now, I want you to be able to live a happy, healthy life, but I do understand that my friend here wants to know more about the boss that I understand treated you so poorly. So how about you give us the information so we can give you the revenge you deserve and put that man in his place?
Damn. He talks good.
He does have a talent.
Rude.
Wow. Are there more of you? Like, you can talk? Like,
Oh,
you're
sweetie.
like...
There's some
you
that can
have-
talk, but none that spew sweet sugar like I do.
Oh. I mean, I've heard stories, but I ain't never heard any. I ain't never seen nobody. I ain't never seen a ghoul that could talk. Wow.
Let me make one thing clear. I do a lot more than talk. I make people experience joy they can never define to any other person they've ever experienced. So again, let me help you get retribution. And tell us a bit about that boss of yours, or former boss, so you could be on your way living your best life.
Yeah, go ahead and do your speech. Speech plus charisma, difficulty of 2 test. For anybody that's trying to, I mean, since you're asking your specific question right now.
That's 4 successes. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh, critical success, and that's your tag skill, I believe. Yep. So yes, 4 successes. So 2 of those go back into your AP pot. Man, I'll talk. Just tell him to put the gun away. I don't.
Pon, if you would do me a kindness of putting the gun down, I believe this woman is of no threat, and I believe she can become a quick friend.
As a feminist, men and women are equal. She joined the Raider gang. She can kill. There's a reason they brought her in. She can defend herself if needed. But, and he looks over to Tipper and be like, do you want me to put the gun down?
And Deborah looks over with a sort of a badass look on her face. She's like,
With the assault rifle.
Is it a badass look or a constipated look?
You know what, Marcus? You have to sleep at some point, okay? I'm tired of
put the
your
gun
little
away.
side comments in chat. Not in chat, the DMs. I see them, I can see,
I would imagine you do.
Thank you
Back
so much
to
for
the
that,
game.
Pon, and thank you so much, Tipper, for ensuring that this moment can go peacefully. So, may we continue this discussion? I apologize. I didn't get your name, miss.
Melissa. My name's Melissa.
Melissa. So, tell me about your boss. We'd like to know more about him, where he is, and how they operate.
Well, so the thing about John, he doesn't really get along with our big boss. The Raider lifestyle, taking from people and killing people and just taking things and that aren't yours, you didn't earn. Big John, got tired of it or something. Apparently he used to have a family and his family was taken out by some raiders, and then he joined into a group of raiders because that's all he had left. So if you can't beat them, you might as well join them. I mean, a lot of us, that's why we joined up, and that's why we do what we do, because this is how life is now. We don't have the luxuries our great grandparents had, in the before times. Man, it's getting back to the primal stage where you just take what you need.
Melissa, I want to know more about where Big Johnson
what is she
is and where the boss is. I love this
Peggy-
story, and I would love more, but
It is
yes,
very
please.
important to note that while Melissa is saying these things, Peggy is walking closer to Melissa with a very pissed off look on her face.
Why?
Okay, well, like I said, we freaking left. We went out as fast as we could trying to get away from you, you know, like just trying to survive. Like everybody's trying to survive. Like we were just going. He didn't tell us boo. So as far as I know, I mean, I'm kind of smart, but as far as I know, he's either gonna like make camp or like maybe hold up somewhere at some farm if he can find somebody, you know, to like take their shit, or and then maybe come back, or he might be going to Matador, you know. But I mean, I kind of doubt it because I mean, like I said, him and Scorpius just they don't really get along. I mean, I don't know why Scorpius doesn't take him out. I don't think he knows the extent at which Big John is just like done with the Raider life. Like he's been trying to rehabilitate a lot of us. Like I get where he's coming from. Like we need to earn our way. But
Melissa.
He's
I'm gonna need
talking
you
way
to do
too
me a favor.
much.
Just
I don't
pause
wanna
in that
die,
moment.
man. I don't want to die.
I think it's safe to say that Melissa is not privy to a lot of information on more than what operates this specific camp of us.
I'd have to agree, not to mention... So you're telling me you know what it's like to lose everything because a bunch of raiders decided that something was theirs. And you thought you'd join in on that? That's something you wanted to perpetrate,
That's the way
continue?
of the world now. That's the way of the world now. That's how people survive. You take
You're
what
dumber
others
than you
have.
look. And Peggy just turns around and walks off and starts walking back to the camp real quick. Like,
So are we gonna gag this one, tie her up, or just let her walk? What's going on here?
I said if she told us, we'd let her go, and despite the shit she just spewed out, I think
I'm telling
I
you
think
the
she is
truth.
I think she is telling the truth. So
So you just want to let her go, or do you want to bring her with us?
In
I
proper
don't-
Raider fashion,
I don't
we
see
can
a reason
blindfold
to do
her
that.
and send her in one direction with a knife, and let her fend for herself.
I'll leave that to you, Pon. I'm done with this one.
I'll leave that to you, Tipper. Whatever you want to do, boss.
Marcus will walk away.
I'll leave that to you, Ash. I think this is definitely something you'd be really good at.
I don't even know what the hell is going on. I just walked up. Peggy's trying to shoot people in the foot, and then Pawn is shooting in God knows what dust, and then Marcus is talking to Peggy, and I don't even know what's going on. Like, who is this Melissa? Are we supposed to keep her? I don't know what's going on.
You don't
Is
have
Ash
to-
like saying all this to herself because everybody already walked off?
Yeah, everyone's like walking away.
If basically I'm just yelling. I'm just yelling in the
Like,
space
wait,
because if Tipper was there, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like,
You know, I think I'll handle this one, Ash. You can head back.
all right, well, at least you seem the most level-headed of this clown group. And then she's gonna start walking.
Melissa, how many caps do you have on you?
Some.
Check her keister. Never mind. I'll keep it going.
I don't know. I haven't. I don't know. I hadn't counted them. I mean, some. I got like a little bag full in my pocket, but some.
What weapons do you have on you?
The switchblade.
Just a
Did everybody
switchblade?
leave? Did everybody leave? Is it just me and Sugar now?
Yeah.
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 Pon will slow his pace and look back. If is Ash and Sugar still with her, or
No,
is it just Sugar?
I'm basically behind. Like, I started walking once Sugar told me, like, I'll handle this, because I was just like, I don't know what the hell is going on. And then Ash is walking kind of behind where Tipper, I guess, kind of started walking.
All right, Pon and Hash Brown will definitely like slow their pace and look back just to make sure that nothing goes wrong with Sugar and this woman.
It's just Sugar. Lady Luck is a few feet behind with Bopper strapped to the harness.
Is Bopper? Can you see Bopper? Is Bopper in the bag?
Bopper's on the bag with Lady Luck in the harness attached to Lady Luck.
Oh, so he's okay. So
Yeah.
Bopper's with Lady Luck. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
You have two options. You can either stay with the Raider Life, and I promise you the next people that find you will not be so kind as we are. Or you can head to a city I know. Hub City will treat you kindly if you surrender the Raider Life. Get a little normal living.
There. I definitely ain't going there. Do you know do you know what Raider gang runs that place? The Armadillos.
Well,
They've got a better deal going with Saffron than we do. I ain't going there. They're more protected than we are. Fuck that.
Well, I think it's best to be on your way then, and hopefully if you stick to the Raider Life, you do get to live to see the end of the month.
Casual, please tell me you caught that. Sorry. I want Sugar to come back and say that.
But I do want a little clarity though. Got it better with Saffron in what way?
I mean, like, we have to give her a cut, and then she lets us do whatever the fuck we want. So, but, I mean, she kind of plays favorites with them because they found, you know, all of these factories with, and they are able to produce chems, and then now, like, they found a factory, and now they're fixing up all these robots for the robot fights, and so they're making way more money than we ever did.
Melissa, is this for the armadillos as well as the snake skins?
Rattlesnakes. And then she picks up her necklace and goes, but yeah, like, I mean, she's got, you know, a few of us, like, under her thumb or whatnot, and, like, we just have this thing, like, we don't mess with her, she don't mess with us, and let's go about our business. It ain't always been like that. Like, that's like around the time Big John started, like, turning a new leaf. But I mean, I guess I can kind of say it's whatever.
And to my understanding, Big John was trying to, you said rehabilitate, trying to get you out of this connection with Saffron?
No, like, I mean, we're still, like, part of the rattlesnakes, like from the outside. But I mean, we're just trying not to, you know, like, do harm or whatever to, like, innocent people. Like, we take stuff, like, we're like more like scavengers, which is, like, kind of boring, but it's a lot safer. But...
And then Sugar's gonna take, like, one of her hands and just put it into his and cup it. I wish you the best, Melissa. And may you find something that brings you actual joy in life, not this depreciated existence of devaluing yourself. You're worth more than you imagine if you ever put your mind to it. Now it's best you be on your way.
It looks.
There's a lot about me that's more tantalizing when you get a taste of it.
I do. I ain't never been talked to like that by a ghoul before.
Yeah, sweetie, I can do things most normal people can't do.
Aren't you, like, radioactive or something? Like, don't you like, oh my gosh. Are you? Like, and then she pulls her hand back. Am I gonna get radiation? Do I need to take a rat away?
You ain't gonna get radiated, but you will become intoxicatedly enthralled in the presence of my absolute charm.
I love how everybody's cracked up at how I love you guys so much. Well, I mean, you're definitely the most charming ghoul I've ever met. Like, usually they're just like, and like try to like scratch you and bash you.
Well, look, you be on your way, and you just remember, Sugar always looks out for people who do the best for others. So you have a choice to make for the rest of your life. Because if you do bad, karma comes, and I'm her messenger. You do good, I'll deliver a sweet message later then.
Well, I hope we do. I hope we run into each other again then, Sugar. But I hope your friends don't shoot me. You don't think they'd shoot me? Like, if once I start taking off to you, they won't shoot me in the back, will they? Like, now that I've told you all I know, and y'all are just like, because like y'all are definitely a raider gang. Like,
oh, don't worry.
People and you take their shit. I mean, you took all of our shit. We didn't
Melissa,
do anything.
I'm walking away now.
Wolves out on you, but.
And Sugar turns to walk away.
Please don't shoot me when I walk away.
Better run fast. He like just mad dogs her.
She will start walking away. So you all are walking back. What would y'all do? What would you like to do?
When I eventually do catch up to, I would catch up to Pond first, but eventually to everyone else. Peggy, I'd like to discuss something with you.
What's that? She is like seemingly depressed. Like the normal like semi-peppy like Dolly Parton energy is currently gone.
And Trigger's gonna kind of walk by and kind of like not pull you, but kind of motion for you to take a few steps away from everyone for a little bit. I don't get involved in a lot of things. It's best to just keep moving with life the way it flows. But it's recently come to my attention that these gangs, these raiders, this rattlesnakes, armadillos, and Lord knows how many others, apparently they are all in cahoots with Saffron in the way they operate out here.
That shrew is aware of what these raiders are doing?
Not just aware, they operate with impunity, and all they have to do is apparently pay a fee towards Saffron, a portion of what they do for their criminal activities.
You know, I didn't like her much.
I did wonder how
But-
someone constantly got so many caps having such a meager operation, as Rangers aren't heavily active, but getting a cut of all this criminal activity does keep pockets flowing. And I believe that these bounties may be used to fight competition of those that are paying her pockets.
Well, it seems like I'm gonna have to pay me a little visit.
I just felt I wanted to make sure you get some insight. I think it's best that the others know, including that Marcus fellow. He's heavily tied to a lot of it, and I think he deserves some truth in his life.
Yeah, I think Marcus is gonna find that might interesting. Who knows? We might actually get along now.
And then Sugar will kind of start to walk away towards everyone else, assuming they're still grouped up.
Yeah, Pon will go over to Marcus, be like, "Dude, you took so many drugs during that fight. Oh my god!" As he like looks over at you, as you're like one of the needles is still hanging out of your arm or something.
I don't advise it, but in combat, I will occasionally resort to it. You should try it. Would you like to?
I've had that chapter of my life, and I finally am like, a few months clean, so I'm good as is. But I have a lot of respect that you didn't overdose.
I hadn't used in years, but sometimes the situation calls for it. And
Ash is gonna come up behind Marcus. Let's think about this. How much more damage can we do to this numbskull's head? It's best that we keep him away from the chems. Just saying.
She means well, and I think she may be right. Maybe I was misspoke.
Oh,
maybe
the
you should
reason
avoid it.
the reason I got off was not my personal choice. My old gang leader gave me chems and sent me into battle, but then I ended up killing half of our forces along with the enemies, so it just was too dangerous. So now I just have a clear head, and yeah. So he and then he just like gives a thumbs up as he goes up. He goes like, "All right, I'm gonna keep Overwatch. And can I spend one of my luck points? I think I have 3 left if we're still using the old, like from last battle. Can I spend one of my luck points to look for a scope? It doesn't matter as long as the scope works. It doesn't have to be attached to a gun or anything like that.
Sure. You can spend a luck point. I will let you, in this particular location, the scope that you can find will be one of the rarity of 1, a rarity 1 scope. So if whatever you're looking for.
Okay, that works. Yeah, and he'll just like go up to the top floor and then just look through the scope to make sure that no one's gonna ambush.
It's not for a particular. I thought you were looking for one for a gun.
No, just for something to look long, because he needs glasses, so he's gonna use
Same.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. No. You could find a scope.
Or binoculars if you don't want to make it like weapon focused.
I'm not giving you all binoculars yet. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can.
Binoculars are actually good. It's a glass bottle attached to a magnifying glass. You're fine.
Right.
Ash is gonna take Marcus aside whenever Pawn is done with his thing.
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Marcus.
Yes, Ash.
She's gonna motion for him to follow her kind of to the side because she's slightly embarrassed.
Marcus will follow her.
So I found this, and then she's gonna like pull out she's gonna pull out from her jacket the 10 millimeter, and then she's gonna like put it back in her jacket. So those lessons that Tipper doesn't seem to be able to process in her brain because she's not able to shoot anything. Well, actually, no, this time she actually did do pretty good.
Pretty well. I think she started.
This time she did pretty good. I got it. So that maybe that was because of you. But anyway. So I was thinking it might be time, just in case, some people that we need to take down are running away or something. I have something other than just my sledge that I rely on to like take care of things.
Don't think it's a bad idea to have another option. I'd be glad to teach you if you want.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know how to use guns,
I've got a bolt revolver. I can teach you on that. That way you don't have to use any of your ammo and get the hang of it, and then we'll progress to that, and I'm sure you'll get the hang of it soon. Okay. Look at Tipper.
Well, yeah, but
Tipper waves for no reason.
I appreciate it, but just don't tell the others.
Don't tell them that you have a gun, or don't tell them that you.
Well, I mean, ask for help.
Oh, no, it's okay to ask for help, but if you don't want them to know, that's fine with me.
Thanks. And then Ash kind of like awkwardly nods and walks away.
Marcus will take another swig from his water bottle.
Marcus and there's the Ash and Tip. I guess Pond doesn't need to know at the moment since he's doing I'm assuming lookout. I got some interesting news, particularly for you, Marcus.
Oh, what? Did Miss Melissa have more information?
I would say so. Just out of curiosity, the desert ranges are typically known to go against these gangs, armadillos, rattlesnakes, and other similars, right?
They're similar, yeah.
And the desert ranges are known to be against that. Just want to make sure.
Against them and others like them. Yeah, I mean, that's the intent. They don't do a fantastic job, but it is a hard job, so that...
I mean, I guess it's pretty hard when you're getting paid by them then, right?
Getting paid by who?
So, to my understanding, your friend, Saffron...
I don't want to go so far as to call her friend.
Your associate, then. Former. It appears that she takes payments from these gangs to operate with impunity.
And that's what Melissa said?
That's straight from her mouth, amidst the rambles.
I mean, I find it a little hard, but Saffron's a lot of things. And she always was interested in the position more than what the Rangers did, but to take money from the Raiders to not stop them?
Marcus, I have been alive for quite some time, and keeping order as long as she has and the way that she is managed, that's not something any Ranger can handle. Keeping an inflow of caps that way, you need to be able to keep all crime under control, and the only way to control it is to literally have your hands in it, not against it.
If what you're saying is true, then she's a dead woman.
Peggy is standing out, like, kind of just a little bit away from where they are, just listening and just kind of, like, face down, smoking her cigarette, just kind of waiting.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't ask anyone else to be involved with that. But I'm going to talk to her, and if that's true, then she can't be a part of that group anymore.
Then I guess
I
there's
got
three
your back
things.
on that one.
You don't have to worry about it. I didn't like her from the moment I saw her. She
I
has
got a
Lefty
bone.
wrapped up in some nonsense.
I got a bone to pick with her now. I need to know how far back she's been working this.
I would be very curious about that as well.
I need to know why Lefty's wrapped around her disgusting fingers.
And she took over after I had left, right? That's right. She was part of it, but she wasn't in charge until after I left, right? Okay.
I might be good, but we'll see.
After.
Actually, out of curiosity, does Sugar know what happened to the last person in charge of this group of Desert Rangers?
There are rumors. Saffron was with the former leader, and he died in his sleep from natural causes, most people would say.
So listen, whatever you all decide to do is on you. I'm just here to go with the flow of things. I just felt it was pertinent that Marcus is aware of the dealings with an old associate, that Ash is in the same circumstance, because I do believe that Malcolm fella is a close friend of yours.
Something like that.
I believe a little reclamation of the Desert Rangers from corruption might lead to more information that I find might be helpful to the rest of your group. Hopefully.
I appreciate it, and at the same time, I don't know. My concern though is if we go in there and it accuse her, and the rest of the Rangers don't believe us. I don't want to see the rest of the Rangers, if they're not involved, come to harm.
Well,
did she give you any evidence or any proof of this, or is it just her word?
Well, it's the idea that apparently part of the reason she won't go to Hub City is because the armadillos have that section in control thanks to Saffron. Sadly, the only evidence we have would be the raiders themselves.
Oh, Ash, how well do you know Malcolm? Do you think you might be able to get information from him? And
I mean,
if he's a friend, I'd hate to see him get caught up in any violence that may ensue.
he wasn't acting like himself, so I'm not sure. I mean, this Saffron person seems to have some
Have
type
him
of
under her
spell over
thumb?
him. Yeah, like he's willing to do whatever she asks, her bidding. I mean, I understand, I guess looking out for somebody who looks out for you, but not that type of person.
Maybe
At
it's
least from
worth
what I know about
maybe it's
him.
worth a conversation with him. See if he'll give you any information.
The Waste will do some funny things to people. It might not be so much that he's just caught up in it so much as he may not have had a choice.
But you got to be
There's
careful,
that or-
because if he is involved, it's possible he might turn on you.
Survival.
I can tell you, I'm pretty sure the only person truly involved is Saffron, and everyone else is just getting paid, and most don't know why or how, but perhaps a few trusted individuals to Saffron. But I don't think Saffron's one to trust many.
No, that is true, and I don't think many people like her. They didn't when I knew her. So,
But you know who might have some information that might lead to evidence? And I don't think you'll like it. This Johnson fella might be the piece of evidence you need.
we'd have to find him, and I don't know that I'd be okay with letting him go if he was involved in activities a few years ago that he might have been involved in. But
Well, based on what Melissa said, out of Johnson's one of the few people that's trying to get away from being part of this corrupted side of Raider living. Granted, a Raider is a Raider, but
he has a funny way of showing it, releasing ghouls on at the time, group of singers.
I mean, in his defense, he is he's hated by both Scorpius, who apparently is in charge of the rattlesnakes, and I'm pretty sure that Saffron also hates his guts. At this point, he's got more enemies than friends, and his friends is about as small as a circle as a period in a sentence.
That would explain why he had a bounty on his head.
If Melissa was saying is true, that would explain it. Yes.
And I think a lot of these bounties might be people who would be capable of diminishing Saffron's power right now.
Well, unfortunately, without knowing where he is, and I take it Melissa didn't give you any additional information on that, I feel like we got to head back to Port Stockton and see what information we can get there.
My only concern, though, is if we don't have Johnson under control, who knows what Saffron might think we might know.
No, I agree with you, but maybe we can maybe Ash can get information from Malcolm. I don't know what the other solution will be without knowing where Johnson is. I mean, we could sit here for days if he went somewhere else.
I just hope I'm able to talk to him.
That might be the best.
He was avoiding me for some reason.
Well, we could stay here the day and night and then keep a lookout. Maybe he does return. And then if not, we can head back.
I do have at least one idea that might work. When I decided to try and blow him all to hell, I was able to rummage through the bag, and maybe, just maybe, I can use some of that to see if there's some information that lady here can find.
I mean, I'm fine with that. We can give it a try and see how it goes.
Lady, search your computer records.
Cute.
Okay, y'all, we are going to take a little break. And
From the same team.
One, sorry, this one. So, yes, if you will enter Mithril in the chat, you will be entered in to win one of these beautiful sets of the Mithril Armory 10 Hedrils after we get back from break. So please enter Mithril in the chat so that you get the chance to win some of these, because they are beautiful and they are so much fun. So yeah, you'll definitely want to get in on that. Enter Mithril in the chat, and we will see you all back here in about 5-10 minutes. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for. Oh my gosh, Jordan, you are not frozen. I'm gonna like look at. Oh wait, he's not. He's not really. Okay.
This is the thing he likes to do, folks.
I was panicking. Like, wait, maybe he is. Maybe he is frozen. All right. So, last chance. Enter Mithril in the chat to be entered into our mid-show giveaway. Where we will be giving away some 10 Hedrils by Mithril Armory. Let me pull it up. So we will be rolling for that in 3, 2, and 1. Oh, congratulations, Matt 1 Alpha. You have won the giveaway. Congratulations. If you will join our Discord and message Danny, the founder of TIO, in the Discord general chat, we will hook you up and get you sent out some of the 1020s. So congratulations. They are very fun to play with. So congratulations. All right. So before the break, you all were looting the Rattlesnake Raider camp. Found a lot of things. Marcus was chasing after Melissa, one of the raiders that got left behind. After questioning her for a bit, you found out some useful information. Or not. Yeah, sure. I'm not sure what to do with that information. Can you really trust a raider? I don't know. Maybe you can. She was out there all by herself. Who knows what y'all think about that information? You did end up letting her go along her merry way, and you are making your way back to the camp and having a little chat. So that's where we left off. What y'all doing?
Sugar's gonna go over and sit next to, if there's a place to, or near Peggy.
She is now, like, basically she is sitting on a wall just somewhere, and she's kind of just like distant. She's got she has taken her silver locket off, and she has it in one hand, and she is just kind of sitting there like fidgeting with it, staring off and having a cigarette.
And Sugar would be approaching with Bopper specifically. We'll sit nearby. I think he missed you a little bit.
Oh, you get over here, you cute little shit. She just kind of puts it back in her pocket and takes the the cute
the baby Deathclaw.
It's just like scritching him, and you got a finger for him, and she's just like
reaches into my little pouch, handing over a finger,
and just feeding it to him, and just petting him while he's like nomming down and like little scritches, and
Emmett, I know it's probably none of my business, but I make it my job to pry into people's business ever so slightly. Mm-hmm. And we've been traveling for a little while, and I just want to let you know if you ever want to talk. I'm good at listening as much as I am at talking.
That just sucks, because I'm not so good at talking about myself.
You don't have to
This
talk
little
about
bopper
yourself.
here, just like trying to deflect like real hard. Just like...
I just want to let you know, the wasteland is it's a lonely place. That much I know. And it gets harder when you try to keep things to yourself. The longer you live, the longer you feel that you wish you had something to say to somebody who was around. I've lived in this wasteland since before it was a wasteland. And I can't tell you the amount of times that I wish I can go back and tell my parents one more time that I love them, share one more drink with a friend, or tell a bandmate how much I enjoyed those silly jokes of theirs, or tell my old best friend how much it hurt my feelings when he tried to run off with the woman I love. So sometimes you wish you had said something when you had the chance. I just want to let you know, as long as I'm around, you'll still have that chance.
Peggy is like hardcore just looking down, and she's just petting Bopper. And like as you're sitting there talking, like there's tears hitting the ground under. You cannot see, but you can see that is a thing.
And I know I keep making passes, but I stick around not because I have an interest in any more than being your friend. I want everyone to feel that they're loved, and I can see someone who feels love is not real anymore.
More tears. And just like even in spite of like the tears still like hitting the ground. Oh, I know better than that. That's why I keep you around. You're pretty entertaining, and hell, it's pretty flattering.
Glad you enjoy it. I won't push any further because I know if I do, I might get a stray bullet. So you take your time with Bappa, and I'll be around.
So she's sitting there petting on Bopper, and as she's sitting there petting on him, she's kind of humming to him, "You Are My Sunshine." And she has a little beaded bracelet that she takes off, and she's kind of like letting him play with. And like she just kind of zones in for a little bit, sitting there.
And Sugar's gonna just like get up and give the space and walk away. But Lady's kind of nearby, just kind of sitting there postured up. And
what's everyone else doing?
Are Tipper, Ash, and Marcus near each other? By any chance?
Marcus is going to be like a little bit to, well, I don't know what, we're in the complex, I guess. Like leaning up against the wall. He's going to empty his gun. He's sipping on his bottle of water and start to just clean his gun.
On will kind of come from downstairs. What time is it right now? Is it getting darker?
Since this is November, I would say that it is starting to get a little bit dark, but I mean, you still probably have like an hour left of daylight before it gets really dark.
Okay, yeah. Then I'll head over to wherever Tipper, Ash, and Marcus are and kind of go like, all right, boss, it's getting pretty dark and it's a 2-day journey from here to Fort Stockton. So should we stay here for the night? Do you want me to start barricading the hole we blew in the wall?
I think so, because I think we're all ready to settle down now.
Sounds good. I'll get right on it. Come on, Hash Brown.
Did we just question? So where did Melissa go? She just went.
So as far as Pon could tell, when Pon was up looking out around when you all got back, he just saw her heading down the dirt road that the motorcycles went down. So she was just kind of following down that way until he couldn't see her anymore off in the distance.
Do you want to make you aware?
Sorry.
Yeah. Do you want to make you aware, boss? It's a common raider tactic for retaliation. So if we do choose to stay here, they may come back in full force.
That's what I was thinking about.
Strike back. So we could always get everything we can here and then leave and hide somewhere else to camp. Whatever you think is best. Like.
I see either we move or we do the whole somebody has to stay up and keep watch, because we just told this person where we are in a very sort of volatile land type situation we live in here. I'm just aware that, I mean, she actually stood there in front of us and said, this is how things are done. You kill and get things done, and everybody kills everybody and gets everybody's stuff. And she said it over and over again. I'm like, how many times are you gonna tell us, bitch? So, just saying. Who knows?
I'll
She may be
stay up.
harmless.
It's fine. I'll stay up.
I'll take a watch as well.
Okay. Then you guys can rest while I'll go and like try to barricade that hole and just fortify whatever defenses we have. And he's like, come on, Hash Brown. And then as he heads over to find whatever heavy objects and like put it into the hole to barricade it. Yeah.
Okay. The barriers around the raider camp, they are very makeshift. They're different bits of wood and board and sheet metal and whatnot, corrugated metal. So you would be able to take a couple of stray pieces that are here and there off of buildings and off the barricades, and you could probably barricade the gate on the inside. So thank you so much for the raid, ELH. We really appreciate it. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. Thanks for the raid.
Thank you.
Where is Tipper at this moment?
She just finished talking to Pawn. She has a question for Ash regarding Malcolm.
Hey, sugar's not
So, is everybody like, we already decided that Ash is going to take first watch. So Tipper's going to go to sleep, but before she talks to Sugar, well, she's going to go over to Ash. Let's be like, I have a question. She goes to Chapper, and then she's like, Ash.
Yeah, what's going on?
I have a question.
You always have a question.
Yeah, I do. I have a couple more. I try to save them for the really important ones and save the unimportant ones for when we have more time. But this one I think could be pretty important. Maybe. Your friend Malcolm, he's really strong like you, like unstoppable strong, right?
Well, when I knew him, he was lefty. I don't know where this Malcolm came from. Probably something that woman gave him. Whatever. But yeah, I mean, that's what they wanted when they made us.
So he was also like fighting like you in like rings? No?
I mean, I don't know what he's been up to. I'm trying to figure that out. But no. Not exactly, at least.
Maybe she, what's her name again? Saffron?
Bitch.
That one. Perhaps she rescued him. And that's why his allegiance is so focused on her, which makes him, unfortunately, dangerous.
Well, that's what I reckon. I mean, I did the same with Danny he looked out for me when I went to Hub City. So, I mean, there's a sense of kind of looking out for the person who looked out for you when it comes to survival. So, I don't doubt it. But, I mean, I don't know. I still see something in his eyes. It reminds me of the old days. Maybe there's a chance. I don't know.
What happened in the old days?
I don't talk about those days. But Ash starts to walk away. But then kind of looks over at Tipper and kind of does like a head motion. Like it's really quick, but just for Tipper to see, for her to follow her basically up to like where the top level is, probably away from prying ears and eyes. To talk.
So Tipper sort of like looks around and sort of follows after Ash. You want to tell me what's going on?
I don't know what you think is going on, but in regards to your question, yeah, we've known, well, I knew Lefty for a long time. We basically grew up together, if you could call it growing up. It wasn't like this whole family business that you talk about, or what Sugar talks about, love and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
So he went through, I mean, forgive me because you've never actually told me everything you went through in your coming up sort of thing. So basically he was brought up exactly like you, to be a machine without a scrap of feelings. However, I do think you have more feelings than you did when we first met you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway.
But you both basically were developed to machine.
We were
made.
Pretty much. Yeah. It was hell, utter hell every day. What they put us through.
If there was ever a confrontation between our crew and the crew that is Saffron's raiders, how do you think Lefty would act? And would that mess with you?
Again, I have the same questions. I don't know, because he's not himself. I mean, hell, he's being called by a different name. It's like he doesn't even. I don't know. I don't want it to come to that. That's all I know.
Neither do I. And then Tipper sort of like walks up close and looks Ash like right up in the face and is like, I need to know for safety reasons, because Pond depends on me, that no matter what happens here, no matter what went down in the past, no matter what you guys had going on before this, that you're not going to be a liability.
Me a liability? I'm pretty sure that moron would be the liability, but okay.
Tipper like cracks a smile.
I'm always an asset. Just like keep carrying stuff.
But listen, I mean, I'll handle things how things need to be handled when the time comes. But I have to at least talk to him.
No, I honestly
owe
think
him
you do.
that. I owe him that. That's the least I can do after what happened.
Mhm. Well, we as your family support this, because I know that there's something that you have to do for your story and your history, and it's something that you have to get through. So we're willing to support it. But we also don't want you to put yourself in a weird position, because I do know that I might be completely out there usually, because my brain is processing, my positronic brain is processing very fast. So I do sort of go through things, machinations very fast. And I noticed
I've noticed
a different Ash when he appeared. And it wasn't the infallible, unbreakable Ash that I think I'm used to. And it made me a little worried. This is why I asked.
Yeah, well, I can't say that I'm not worried myself. And you better not tell anybody that.
I won't tell anyone. I'm just looking out for our family, you included. She pokes her in the stomach, like tickles, like tickle. Come on, let's go back to the group. If they notice we're gone too long, they might send the dogs and that death claw after us. I'm still not that comfortable with Bopper yet. I'm still trying to get comfortable with Bopper. Do we have any Bopper treats we can give it? Maybe I can get comfortable with it. I feel like it looks at me like a machine. It's going to pick me up and throw me. She's talking about this as they're walking back to the camp.
Bopper ain't gonna do nothing to you. Watch. Here, come hand him this, and she just hands you something to hand to him. She doesn't explain what it is.
Oh.
It's a finger.
What are these?
It's a finger.
Just a finger, but here, watch.
Oh, finger.
Hand it to him.
Okay.
And she holds him out like.
This smells like the
likes
bottom of someone's foot.
But he likes it. Look, watch. Look at him. He's all hungry. He wants it. Look.
Here you go, you little ugly little beast. I got it for you. Here.
It's just scritching. He will be terrified, but it's kind of like a pit bull. Yeah, they're kind of vicious looking, but they're just sweet as all get out. And she's just sitting there scritching. Plus, it'll be real handy when they're all big.
You can hear the crunch. He's like crunching the bones.
If you live to see it get big, we'll see.
I mean, I know how to fix it if I don't.
I'll be doing that some more, because I want me and Barbara to be as close as me and Hash Brown, and as close as I'm getting to Lady Luck.
And it don't have to be, that. You can give him other food. Honestly, they're kind of laying around right now, so might as well.
Where is everybody? Sleeping already? And then she hears like snoring coming from one of the rooms. It's like Marcus, obviously.
I'm guessing so. I just hadn't been able to fall asleep just yet.
Fun. What were you saying?
Before Marcus falls asleep, I want to check on him because he said he was cleaning his gun, right?
Yes. So while Tipper and Ash were upstairs, having their conversation, and then Sugar and Peggy are having their conversation, and Marcus said that he was leaning against the wall, drinking his water, cleaning his gun. What would y'all be doing?
Pon will check on Marcus and kind of after he's done barricading the thing and just kind of full of sweat and everything like that, be like, hey man, how's it going? Good. So I know this is probably something you're not used to, but in Raider culture, whenever one of our team members really wanted something, an outcome from a raid, and they didn't get it, it could mess with them mentally. So I wanted to talk with you to just check in on you. I know this you really wanted Big John from this, and he slipped out of your fingers. Are you okay? Do you want to talk? And he's definitely gonna Riker a chair, where he pulls a chair and then puts a leg over it to sit down and be like, I'm here for you 100%, man. If you, yeah, exactly. If you want, what are you feeling right now? Are you okay?
I gotta say that is really progressive. I had no idea that the Raider gangs did that.
We don't have access to mental health care or therapists, so we got to take care of ourselves. So.
Wow, I'm impressed. And thank you for checking on me. But I'm frustrated, but I'm good.
Right on. Well, I just want to let you know that even though we didn't get him today, I still owe you a life debt. So I'm down to help you out with this. So next time we get him, we absolutely are going to get him dead to rights. Whether it be maybe the story is going to change later that we're going to keep him alive or what have you. But whatever you need, I'm here for you 100%.
Oh, I don't think you owe me a life debt, but thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I do owe you guys a life debt because if it wasn't for you, Ash, and Tipper, the armadillos probably would have killed me because they were messing with me a lot.
Oh no, they definitely would have killed you. Yeah,
so you saved my life. And one day, Clay, I'll make it up to him as well if I ever get to see him again. And then,
yeah. you do owe us a life debt. You're right.
I do. I'll never forget it. Whatever you need.
I won't either. You're right.
Pon, what's your perception?
It is a 4.
Never mind.
But I do have dog meat, and dog meat lowers the difficulty of perception by 1. I read the rules, so.
Nope.
It's like Watch Dogs. Okay.
That's all. That's good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so he'll just he'll kind of finish up and be like, right on. Well, I know that you probably want your personal space to be able to process, everything and all that. So I'm gonna let you be. But if you ever need me, I'm here for you. Whether it be for a fight or just for a talk, I've always got your back. And then with that, he'll pick up his bat and then head downstairs with Hash Brown.
Marcus will try to tip his cap to you. It looks awkward.
Greatest honor.
It looks awkward.
Awesome.
Yes. So yes, you all have made it downstairs. Tipper's fed the fingers to Bopper. You are all kind of in the same area now. Was there anything specific I would like to do or talk about?
Just before bed, Peggy will take Bopper back to Sugar for bed because that's where Bopper sleeps, is with Sugar.
Oh.
That's just the reality. And Peggy looks down, does not make eye contact with Sugar, and just kind of leans in and goes to give him a really big hug, which she's not done a whole lot of before.
And Sugar openly accepts it slowly, not immediately giving the hug back, just to make sure a comfort thing for Peggy, just kind of at towards the back of the shoulders, and then feeling the recoil of the shock, then embrace the full hug.
And again, not making eye contact will not look. I got something to tell you, but I'm not ready yet.
Everything moves with time. Be it love, be it language, whatever it is. So when the time comes, you'll find me.
Something bad happened. And I think I'm about ready to get even for it.
As you know, I'm always on the side of karma.
As am I. That's why I like keeping you around. And then she will let go and walk away very quickly with folded up something in her hand and go find a quiet corner to like bunker down in.
I believe who's taking watches?
I am.
Would you mind if I join you on the first watch then?
Do what you want. And then Ash takes her sledge and then tosses it over her shoulder and kind of starts like walking, but like not like fast, but just kind of like where she's trying to look out, you know, to make sure that it's basically safe and nobody's headed in the direction of the area that they're bunkering down in.
And then he will leave Bopper and Lady kind of together towards the ground level. All right, Lady. Anything comes around that don't match these folks, you know what to do. And Lady, being a class of just give a nod because it doesn't bark. She's got a class. Once I know that everyone's kind of like rested, Stripper's going to kind of approach Ash towards the side, but enough where she can see him in the peripheral because he doesn't want to like sneak up on her. Miss Ash.
What's up?
If you don't mind, I just have a question, a curiosity more, if you will.
All right.
And I always believe if you want to ask someone a question about them, it's best to give yourself something so you know it's in good faith. And I've lived in this wasteland for several decades, and I've encountered many of people, and many types, mutated, radiated, and everything beyond that. But I've never met someone quite as fascinating as you. And my curiosity is, where might you have come from, like in this wasteland? Where's the place you once called home, or a little bit about you? I like learning about folks and what makes them themselves.
Well, first off, I usually don't talk about my past. All you need to know is what the others know. I came from hell, not a place that you would ever call home. Every day was a living hell. Does that answer your question?
It does prove toward the curiosities. No, it doesn't quite answer the question. But if you don't want to speak further, I don't want to press. But I like to take myself as someone who sees the pain in others and finds a way to smooth it over. And you call it hell because you haven't faced it, it's my understanding. So I'm just wanting to know what caused so much pain, because if I can, I'd like to be able to help soothe it one way or another.
Well, if you look, because I have caught you looking, and then she basically kind of like puts out her arm and she kind of like flexes a bit of like her forearm and her biceps, and then you see her flexing her thighs and her calves. Let's just say hell made me. I survived it. And that's how I get through every day.
And do you have pride in the form that you have now?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Let me ask it differently. Despite everything you went through, are you happy being yourself? Or more importantly, are you truly being your best version of yourself that you can take pride in?
The thing is, when you were made, I mean, what exactly can you say in regards to what you just asked? You're made for somebody else's purpose. So you have to somehow find your own interesting conundrum, I would say.
If I may want to disagree with that. See, no one made you. They may have changed you, altered you, given you new experiences, but you are what you make of yourself, no? See, I heard of you. The great brawler in the cages. A woman of mighty strength, a mountain across the wasteland. One that could literally shake the earth with her hammer. And I've yet seen that mountain crack to show a smile. I just want to know what makes you so scared to smile.
It's not about being afraid of anything. What reason is there to smile?
I mean, based on what you said, you survived hell. That's plenty of reason to smile.
To make others feel comfortable? I don't think I care about that.
As long as you are comfortable with everything that's happening moving forward. Because I want to make sure that when we move forward, we're going to be dealing with a lot of things. And I want to help for your friend, Malcolm. Though I don't believe that's his name that you know him by, right?
No. Back when I knew him, it was Lefty.
I just want to make sure that when we get there and we get him free, that you're happy enough to smile when you see him free from what he's dealing with.
After certain decisions I had to make back then when I knew Lefty, let's just say it's going to take a lot to try to even allow my facial muscles to even crack what you would call a smile. The debt that I owe, it's going to take a lot for it to be paid.
Yeah. Even if you don't smile, I just like knowing people find a way to be happy. Reaches into the vest pocket, pulls out a third Viking beer. Even if it's little moments shared with someone you might be willing to call a friend to some capacity, tosses it over.
Thanks. You're an odd one, but so is pretty much everybody else in this group, so welcome.
Good to be in.
And
I just want to
downs it.
And hopefully everything goes keep upward for you. Like I said, I've seen many things, but you, Ash, you fascinate me.
There you go, using that word again. I don't think anyone's ever called me fascinating. Terrifying, maybe, but not fascinating.
I would call you fascinating, resilient, gorgeous even.
And you can tell that Ash is like looking to the side, like either side of her, like she's like really like uncomfortable because no one has even tried to say that she was any bit attractive. So she just kind of like doesn't know how to process it. So she's kind of looking around.
Whatever happens in the future, I'm just grateful that when we face what we face, I'm gonna look back at these moments where I get to share a good drink with a beautiful woman. And then Sugar will start to walk away.
Okay. During this time, I know Peggy said that she was finding a place to rest. Marcus and Tipper and Pon, what were y'all doing while Ash and Sugar were having this conversation?
Shut down.
Shut down?
Yeah, she shut down. She still sleeps in the sleeping bag, though, because it's habit.
With the feet hanging out. Head first.
Yeah, I think if Ash is gonna take first watch and then Marcus is gonna take second, then I'll probably take third. So I'll like pass out immediately after the work's done, and then everything just to be ready for my watch.
Okay. Marcus?
Marcus will be asleep, I'm sure, at this point.
Okay. All right. So there, during your watch, you don't notice anything. You're looking out over the horizon. It's quite dark. It's very calm. The weather's very calm. There's not a lot of wind or anything. There's no cloud cover, but it's just a nice, chill air, clear night. You don't see anything? Yes.
As we don't see anything, Sugar would like to use the beginning of the watch to head over where the radiated fool's body was, or is.
Sure. Okay.
I'm assuming it's still giving off like that faint radiation.
It's starting to lose some of it, but it still has a little bit of the radiation glow to it, yes.
I would like to cut it open and I would like to use one of the lead containers I have. I always carry at least one to restock some of this radiated blood.
Okay, perfect. Yes, so you'd be able to get some irradiated blood in the container then, so you can add that to your inventory.
Perfect. And then once I do that, I only will do the first half of the watch, and then Sugar will just knock out anyway, because Sugar don't do full watches.
Ash would stay awake for the full watch. For sure.
I was gonna say, at some point, Ash will definitely then see Peggy sneaking out of where everybody is sleeping and going and sitting up on top of the roof and, like, she just goes up there. It looks like she crawls up there to go to sleep, but she's, like, watching the stars for a little while. She does not sleep well.
All right, so yeah, you see Ash from your watch. You can see where Sugar has gone over and has started cutting into the glowing ghoul and has been scooping out blood, putting it into a container. So you see all this, and then you see Peggy Sue clamber up on one of the roofs, the roofs of the one of the shacks in the raider camp.
Does it look like Peggy's asleep, is she laying down so it would almost appear like she's asleep, or no?
She just kind of she just goes to lay on her back. She probably has one of the liquor bottles with her at that point. Just it looks like she's like restless, so she's like going up there and trying to go to sleep.
Ash will probably go up, but like very quietly, and kind of near where Peggy is, drop off a water bottle, and then head back down.
Thanks.
And there's no response. Just like if Peggy were looking in that direction, it was probably just like kind of a head nod.
Okay. All right. So your the rest of your watch goes without incident. You said who was taking the second watch?
I think Marcus and Tipper.
Wait,
or no?
Are we doing just 2 or 3?
I think it was Ash, Marcus, me. I think was the 3.
Oh yeah, I'm asking about, are we doing 2 watches total, like, or are we doing 3 now?
Normally we just can do 2. We don't need to do 3.
2? Okay. Does Han just want to join Marcus then, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Sure, that's fine.
Ash will go over to where Marcus is, and in typical Ash form, kind of like use her sledge to kind of poke his shoulder, but still, again, the taps have gotten more gentle over time.
He does not wait.
And then she's like, so she's kind of sighs and then like taps him a little bit harder.
Does not stir.
Dead.
Then she again tries to basically like with the other end of her sledge, the heavier end, the hammer end.
Oh, Jesus.
But like kind of
Now
like
he's dead.
shoving his like, so if you imagine just like this, the super sledge is pretty big, so she's just using it as like a way to kind of lift up his body, and then his body, like if it hits the ground, hopefully that jolt will wake him up.
That one will stir. All right.
what's going on? I mean, is it all the drugs you've been taking all day? Is that the reason why you can't wake up?
No, I was just getting some sleep. Sometimes you don't wake up right away. I'm sorry. I'm up now. I'll take the watch. You
remember what we discussed? I expect.
Do you want me to?
Us to have our.
Do you want me to wake you up a few minutes early and start, or how do you want to?
I naturally wake up early, so don't worry about it. Just make sure that you're not sleeping when you're supposed to be teaching.
I think Pond said he was going to join me, so I'm sure between the two of us we'll be able to keep a solid watch as we all die during the night.
All right, if you say so. And then Ash is gonna go over kind of to like the side, like if there's a corner, kind of like post up her stuff there and get ready to bunker down.
Before Marcus wakes Pond, assuming he's asleep still.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hard sleeper. He would have chosen the furthest area building to because he snores super loud. Yeah.
That's nice of him. On his way to wake him up, he will refill his water bottle.
Oh, okay.
And he'll wake up Pond.
Right. And all you need to do is like tap him and he'll immediately wake up. Granted, he wakes up swinging, but
this is new information.
And there's no danger. Then he's like, oh, sorry, man. And then he like fixes Pomodoro a little bit.
All right. Well, now I know. I'll keep my distance.
Hash Brown also like yawns as he follows us, and then Pond will reach into his fanny pack and take out his glasses and like put them on. He's like, man, I can't see shit. And then he like looks out. It's like super dark. And then
it is fucking dark.
And then I assume we go up to the toppest point, or the highest point. Is that where like Peggy is?
No, she's just on one of the roofs, kind of dozing in and out.
She was.
Yeah, she's just up on one of the roofs that has a semi-flat surface.
It's a good idea, Pond.
Probably sleeping with a bottle at this point.
Let's head higher. I think it gets brighter the higher you go.
Perfect. And just in case, even though it's like super dark and there's not much, is it a full moon or what is the?
I didn't check the calendar, but I do have that information. We'll say that it's probably half. It's half. And you did find 2 torches, I believe I said, when you were looting the place. So you do have 2 torches.
Okay, perfect.
I don't want to give someone a target.
Yeah, he goes like, better we just don't even light anything. Let's just look for other lights and all that. And as he just sits there, and then like he's shirtless, obviously. So it's like, is it chilly right now? What is it? What is it, like 40
hold on, let me check.
It dipped.
Turn towards me. A little chilly. Yeah,
I don't know. It's about 45 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Cut through glass. He just kind of like does his watch, kind of leans. He looks over to make sure Peggy's like okay with it. Are you like knocked out or are you?
I think she's kind of like tossing and turning. She probably shouldn't be sleeping outside.
Right.
But she just kind of was. Like I said, it's very obvious she's got like a bottle like half in one hand. I don't know how tilted the roof is, so it might be starting to roll off.
They were all flat.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's just there's kind of a bottle out there. It kind of looks like she eventually just kind of passed out. So it's probably it doesn't look real comfy. Nor really healthy if you're looking for mental health things. It's probably not super healthy.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues in this group for mental health wise, but it's all good as long as you're not dying or anything like that.
No, she's just passed out, probably drunkish looking.
So he'll look over to Marcus and be like, so what's our like next move? Are we gonna go back to Fort Stockton or just pursue Big John or go after Femur?
Yeah, I don't know. Sugar had said maybe his little buddy might be able to pick up on Johnson, but if not, I think we're going to have to head back and hope that Ash can convince Malcolm to give us some information.
Oof. I am not looking forward to going back there. And then as he kind of like shivers a little bit, not from the cold, but from the like memory of the burning building and all the rangers and like all that kind of stuff.
Do you want my jacket? You seem a little cold there, buddy.
And he's like, "No, man, I'm fine. I'm a strong, independent raider who don't need no jacket."
I'm just asking if you want it. No one has to know.
I'm good.
I want to see Pawn try to put on Marcus's jacket because he'd be like,
I know, right? Yeah, he's 5'6". Yeah, Pawn's 5'6", so it would be like a giant jacket for him. But so what's the deal with Saffron? It's like, obviously I know that you guys got like beef and everything and a history, which is cool, but how is she as a fighter? Like, if we had to go toe to toe, do you think we could take her, or is she more
she can take care of herself. She can take care of herself, but she's always been if she could take care of a problem without fighting, that's typically how she would do it. She was a ladder climber in the Rangers, so she did whatever she could to go up the ranks. But she can fight, but I think she usually rather uses other people to do that for her.
Right, I get that. I had some gang leaders like that.
But I want an underestimator.
Yeah, for sure. Never could underestimate anyone that you're planning to go toe to toe with. Dang,
well, hopefully we can convince everyone what she's up to, and they'll take care of her for us.
Admittedly, I'm terrified at the notion that we might go head to head with the Ranger encampment if things go really bad.
I'd rather not, because I think a lot of them probably don't know what's going on.
That's true.
I don't want to get into a tussle if they don't know what's going on.
As a raider, taking down a Ranger encampment would be pretty nice.
Well, I don't think you're a raider anymore.
That's true. I'm trying my best to not be that way, but
bounty board ranking.
Exactly. Yeah. Think of my bounty board ranking. That shit would fly up so fast.
But no one would be left to put up the bounty.
That's true. Someone has to be alive. They can't all be bad, right? So what do you think of our new companions? What do you think of Sugar and Peggy?
Well, I gotta say, I love the way Sugar talks, using 40 words when 4 would do. I think that's a rare quality.
His music.
Phenomenal. You don't often hear music these days. That's great. I would like to see what he keeps in that guitar case, though. I don't think it's just a guitar. But,
he's a man of mystery.
And Peggy, I mean, she knows her stuff. She can definitely shoot straight.
Yeah.
Thankfully, otherwise you might be missing some toes.
I've always hated bounty hunters, but I'm glad to have one by my side because the girl can shoot. The woman can shoot, rather. Sorry. And he like kind of just like sucks his teeth a little bit, where he's like, and then he thinks about like all the dead bodies that like he literally looks at them and sees the holes in their heads that like.
It won't start snowing for a few days. We got time for leave.
He's like, oh my god, they're pretty cool people. Hopefully they like stick around. They're pretty cool. Sugar though seems like a wild card because
I think that he set fire to a building, and I'm not sure why, but at the same time it was Saffron, so I don't really have a problem with it.
Yeah, he's a man of a lot of talents, but like he's pretty spicy. Like I've done some crazy stuff in my life, but going full blown into a raider encampment by yourself, all the way deep behind enemy lines, oof, he has 9 lives.
I was a little surprised by that, to be honest, and the fact that he is still walking around and talking is amazing to me.
It's pretty spicy. I miss Clay, but I'm glad we have some new people with us. It's like pretty dope.
Yeah, I think Clay would have found a way to sneak in there, but Sugar just walked in singing, and there's definitely a dichotomy there between the two, but I like it.
Right on. Well, again, I just want to say thank you for like letting me into your merry band of raiders, because like
merry band. That's what you can call us. Merry band. Yeah. Now. I like that.
You guys, we're a band.
It's better than a gang. It's better than a gang. We're not a gang. Despite our gang-like tendencies.
Because I absolutely was like lost, confused, didn't know what to do, got caught up by the armadillos, and you guys saved me, and now I have a new purpose in life. So like, actually, I just want to check in. You're my higher ranking officer in this gang. How am I doing? Do a performance review.
1. I don't think we have ranks. There's
Like,
everyone
that-
has an equal say. You don't want to do something, you don't do it. There's nothing more to it than that. But you're doing well.
Good. I was gonna say, like, usually in Raider culture, if we're doing bad, we gotta cut off a pinky or something like that, just to like
So
for
hold
that
on.
dishonor.
You have to cut off a pinky, but you also do mental check-ins.
That's correct. Yep. It's all about respect.
I gotta say, there's a lot. There's a lot about Raiders I didn't know.
It's a whole culture. It's pretty dope. There's West Coast Raiders and there's East Coast Raiders, and they all do their different things, you know.
But your pastime is still the pillaging and the.
Correct.
Okay. With mental check-ins and cutting off of limbs for.
Unless Tipper says otherwise, because like, so I gotta admit, you know, even though you deny being a gang, you guys are very gang-ish. You do a lot of things that gangs do, and you do them better than the actual other established Raiders. And
I'll give you that one. I mean, it is gang-like activity, but we're not a gang. When I say that, I'm thinking we're not a gang like the Raiders are.
Okay.
I mean, you could group any group of people and say they're a gang. You could say the Desert Rangers are a gang, but I'm just saying we're not the type of gang you're referring to.
We see something we want and we go in there and we just take it. That's how.
Well, it's not. I mean, when you weren't here yet, but we met we're at a farm. We didn't just take everything there. We probably could have, but we didn't.
Well, that's
nice
nice
we don't just take everything we see. We came here for a reason. There was a bounty.
Yeah, but I thought that the good thing to do would be to talk to people first and try to find an amicable solution.
We could have potentially done that. However, they released ghouls on us. That kind of put an end to the talking, in my opinion.
Okay.
They may as well shot us at that point. You release feral ghouls, you shots fired.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, that's fine. We'll leave it at that. I still think you guys are a gang and a very awesome gang. And like, if you leaned into it, you could it'd be good. So I'm just saying.
You should lean into being.
Your fate.
We'll talk about it in the next board meeting. See how it goes.
We should get matching
lean
tattoos.
into being a murderer.
And then he'll just like continue to badger Marcus all shift.
I was gonna say,
Marcus has like a headache, and this is not helping his.
Y'all will hear a loud clinking of glass as Peggy Sue wakes up and is stumbling back downstairs because she's cold. I rolled for it, and she definitely falls over a few times and gets back up and eventually makes her way inside of a place. And she might audibly be crying a little bit. We're not real sure. As she goes inside somewhere again, and is hopefully gonna go back to sleep. Yeah, she doesn't have a very restful night. I don't know how the overseer's gonna see that, but I've been rolling for it, and I'm kind of worried about it. But we're fine. We're good.
Lady Luck does appear with what appears to be a blanket, and like kind of drops it nearby, and then just gives a whoosh, and trots back.
Pan and I don't see this at all because we're keeping Great Watch.
Yeah, I'm just completely ignoring.
Yeah, do we see this or do we not see this?
I don't think we see anything.
I'm not. I'm not being stealthy. She is clamoring around. Like it's not. But
Marcus has been drinking a lot of water, and Pawn, your perception's a 4. Possibly not. And plus, y'all been chatting a lot. You might hear the whimpering and the crying, and then see the little bit of crying. You might hear that in between breaths, and then you look down eventually, and you don't see Peggy on her roof anymore. But yeah.
And my stealth is pretty okay. Yeah, my stealth's pretty good, even at well, I don't know, it would be disadvantage, but. Yeah, that's okay. That's I just.
Your difficulty increased because you're drunk. So.
And I do have Hash Brown, who has that watchdog.
Maybe Hash Brown barks at something, but I did roll.
Or whimpers,
a 5 and a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty stealthy. And then Hash Brown knows you as a friendly, so probably wouldn't look at anything.
Hash Brown's just kind of like the fuck.
About halfway through the watch, as Pawn is badgering Marcus about gangs, he's gonna realize that he never loaded his gun. He's gonna take that out. He's gonna start loading his gun.
Like, oh yeah, that's right.
Oh no.
Marcus.
Oh no.
If Pawn does notice the whimpering or the crying, he will go and check on it and to investigate just in case. But if he does not notice, that's okay. Just want to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that like Hash Brown would have kind of alerted you to something not being quite right.
That's true. Dogs. Don't forget dogs. We're surrounded by dogs.
I was gonna say, yeah, so then you definitely, I mean, depending on at what point, like, she's drunkenly trying to make her way down back inside of a building, crying.
Down the steps.
Yeah, like, she's looking a little sloppy, sadly. I think it's not the normal, like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, if it's that loud, then yeah, Sugar's.
Yeah, Bond will definitely be there and be like, hey, bud, are you okay? How's you doing okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. It's goddamn fuck Charlie and going to sleep. Fuck fire.
Yeah, as he like tries to he gently tries to, only moment he'll like put down his bat and try to like help guide her to like either pick her up or if it's easier, if she's like super floppy and like all just
she's
a mess.
She's kind of dead weighty. Like she's like, that's half the problem is she's like been asleep. So she's like going to take a few steps and she's just like in a weird half sleep drunk phase of not, yeah.
And he'll
It's not a good place to be.
He'll be like, all right, bud, just it's okay, you're good. As he just fireman carries her and just like just picks her up over his shoulder and finds like a softer place to like for her to sleep.
She pretty much like almost starts falling asleep as you're carrying her. At that point, she's just like, "Oh, this is kind of nice," and she's like squeezes his arm a little bit. She's like,
all right, and then he like tries to put her down, and then when he realizes she's not letting go, he like tries to shake her like off.
Then she just like curls up in like a little ball. Like.
Then he's like, all right, well, you just rest now. You did great. You were a good bounty hunter. There were bounties and you hunted them. You shot your gun. You did great.
Then she like rolls over and she's kind of like, she's crying. She's like, it's all a lie anyway.
Like, it's not a lie. You're a real bounty hunter. You did great. And then he was like, we appreciate you. You're worthy and you're valid. As he like one by one uses his strength to like peel off of her fingers and then to like
then she's just like just like goes out, like rolls over in like the fetal position like on the floor and is like hat like in her face and is just like muttering a bunch of stuff about fire and things.
And he'll look to Pashburn and be like, you should stay with her tonight just to like be her therapy dog for tonight, as he heads back over to Marcus to make sure that finish his shift.
Hash Brown gets to be the little spoon.
Okay, so yeah, did you want to do anything else during the watch? So you...
Marcus is loading his gun.
No, yeah, you're loading your gun. There's no sounds. It doesn't seem like anybody's tried to infiltrate the barrier or come in during your watch.
Not with our keen eyes. Get in.
You weren't watching, but nobody was coming, so it worked out. It worked out. But morning does start to break. The sun is coming up over the horizon. There is a little bit of dew and mist on the little bit of grass, dead grass that's here and there. It's getting a little bit warmer, but not too warm.
Ash definitely gets up and basically goes immediately to find Marcus.
Marcus? Why? Hit him again? Sledgehammer?
Like,
No.
Wake up!
We're doing a thing. Let's go.
Marcus will lead her to an area, I guess, just outside of camp. Now what we're going to start with, we're not going to fire a gun. What we're going to do is we're first going to see which hand you should shoot with. So most people are, they're going to be right or left-handed, but that doesn't mean they shoot with that hand. So we're going to do a sight test. And what I want you to do is I want you to stare at the can, pick an object on there, take your thumb and cover it and kind of keep it centered on it, and then close one eye at a time.
Okay.
And whichever eye is closed and it's still and you're still centered, that's going to be your dominant eye, and that's the hand you're going to want to shoot with. Okay.
What's your perception, Ash?
Mine is 5.
Okay.
Does Ash have trigger discipline? I don't think so.
We'll find out.
So he'll go through like the basic non-shooting part of a gun.
You'll see where Ash is struggling to like control, like to because she's usually she doesn't blink that often. So the fact that she has to try to close one eye or the other, she's like trying to figure it out.
I don't think Mark. Is he still drunk? Probably a little. Marcus, do you need any help, Ash? Close your eye.
And then
He
Ash
holds her eye
swipes
closed.
Okay, just checking.
I'll figure it out, okay?
Well, it just to see which arm you should shoot with.
I think it's right. Okay.
All
it's
right.
right.
All right, and then he'll go through some basic, just general stuff with her about how not to shoot herself or others, how to load the gun, that kind of stuff. and then next time, we'll actually do some actual firing. That way you can get.
She has not discharged the weapon.
She didn't? She didn't shoot anything, Marcus?
When you take someone shooting for the first time, I don't want them to shoot. I want them to learn and respect the gun and understand what goes on with it, and then we'll move on from there.
Yeah.
And then her hand is pretty big, so it's just like this gun isn't necessarily. It's like
does her finger fit into the trigger guard?
It's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
So
a 10
yeah. Isn't it smaller?
I mean, no, it's in a. Let's ask. I will message Shaq, Shaquille O'Neal, if he can. Can you properly hold?
He can.
Pistol?
He can. He's like a reservist.
Can
in
confirm.
Police departments. Yeah,
He can.
Confirm.
He can shoot.
There you go. So
Yeah.
yes, I will say that you can.
I don't know if he had to have the gun modified though. That I don't know.
Yeah. You just see her kind of trying to figure out how to like hold it properly, which because she kind of like wants to hold it like she holds her sledge, but she's kind of like trying to figure it out, and it's more than she's used to with when it comes to weapons, because she uses her fists, her feet,
Ham-handed. What do they call it? Ham-handed.
elbows, everything else.
What's your small guns rig?
That is a 1. Agility is high.
Yeah, I don't
small
know.
guns
She'll be
one.
fine. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
She'll be a sharpshooter in no time.
With Sunbreak, Sugar would have relocated to close to where Peggy is with Lady nearby, and would have placed a purified ball of water between the two of them and just have set it down, and probably would have taken a small micro nap waiting for Peggy to wake up.
She will definitely wake up and just instinctively like sees the bottle of water and is just reaches for it, and it just kind of starts chugging some down a little bit. Gives like Hash Brown big old belly scratches because like he has a little spoon all night. Just like gives him all like is basically sitting there with this big super dopey happy dog and is just like loving on this dog, like drinking water.
Sugar will also remove what appears to be some dried Yagoi meat. He has made his own jerky out of the pieces that he had excess. And without like looking up, we'll like hand over the stick of Yagoi jerky meat for me to help absorb whatever's left and get you back into shape to everything.
Yeah, it'll be alright. Just rough night. Everything's good. Just
I
pull
didn't say
yourself
it
up by
was
your
otherwise.
bootstraps and thank you.
There's no need to thank. I'm just doing what a good person would do for another good person.
It was not very ladylike to get that hammered. Oh my god. How did I get back over here anyhow?
Based on my understanding, you drank a bit much on the roof and decided that you wanted to go to a different location. However, your body did not agree so much as with that.
I didn't say anything stupid, did I?
Any different than you do normally?
Excuse you.
Oh, if I'm excused, thank you very much. I'm sure we'll stand up. It's all fun. Don't worry about it. You're all good. And then Sugar will do what Sugar does and walk away.
Peggy throws a boot.
Did you roll attack damage for that? I'm just kidding.
Okay, Sugar can't dodge shit.
She just kind of chunks it like at the wall, like clearly playfully, of just like, kind of like a god damn it, walking off like mother. Yeah.
and lady being adding to the salt. It's like just petting it, picks it up, brings it, and kind of flips it back at you, and then prances behind Sugar.
That damn dog is real cute, and she hash brown. The more scritches, like just super happy. Yeah.
All right, and with that, we are going to end tonight's session. We will pick this back up next week, but lots of good RP tonight. You guys did so good. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you everybody for the raids and all the bits and all the gifted subs and the subs. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And again, if you wanted to tip the cast tonight, we do split tips. You can donate. You can tip us below on our Ko-Fi link. We do appreciate that. And my name is April Hill. I'm the overseer for this game. You can find me at stiletto_assassin on Instagram and stiletto DM on Twitter. And Ash.
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. You can find me at Utahime Cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. And again, you can catch me here as Ash, the Super Mutant Barbarian, every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time. You can also catch me on, which our overseer mentioned, Evermore Tales. Can I talk? Evermore Tales. Here on Initiative Order as well. And that's every other Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Time. And yeah, I'm in other various things. Like on Thursday nights, I'm in on the In Crowd. I'm a part of Lady Death Squad, and I play a monk that likes to use her death touch on a lot of baddies. So yeah, come check it out. And other than that, till next time, guys.
All right, Sugar Cyrus.
What can I say? It's been Jay, Casual Campbell. Again, all social media at casual_Campbell. I'm a professional storyteller, creative individual, and soon to be, hopefully, professional author of my own TTRPG, the 5e compatible Deep Breath, which is a retrofuturistic high fantasy setting in my world of Pariah, inspired by anime, shonen, and manga, where you get to experience some of the most advanced technology with the fantasy realm, where medieval, cyberpunk, samurai, and everything in between, where you could have classes that symbolize the Saiyans, Fullmetal Alchemist, Shinobi from Naruto. There's even other mechanics, including the Titan feature from Attack on Titans, and many more features that I have finished designing. And this month is going to be the first play test that I'm going to launch out for people to experience, read, and participate in creating their own part of the overarching world of Pariah. And the first official playtest stream will be on the Initiative Order at the end of this month. And I'm super excited to showcase some of the amazing stuff that I have been writing, designing, and officially getting the art for. Stay tuned for that anime experience coming soon.
Awesome. And Pawn.
Hey everyone, my name is DeAngelo Murillo, and I am a tabletop RPG performer. I put together a lot of events to help our community with diversity, inclusion, getting performers paid for their hard work, and so much more. For example, this Saturday is going to be our 4th episode of Phoenix by Night, where Miss Taryn Hackett is our main actress for that, where she plays a super dope vampire trying to finish her cosplay in time for Phoenix Comic-Con. And there's all these dysfunctional vampires they have to encounter. And then next week on Saturday, Alicia Marie and Utahime will be like in there as well in the show. So it'll be super, super cool. So all the homies get to play as vampires and do all that kind of stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. And a lot of other stuff coming soon. Find me on all social media at @_DeAngelo for more information, and see you guys later.
Peggy, see you.
Hi everybody, Taryn Hackett, aka Valrook. You can catch me on the Instagram as a TTRPG streamer and dice maker at Valrook. If you want to just follow my dice stuffs, go to UO_dice on Instagram, and that's Umbral Oculus Dice. That's where I focus on getting better at focusing all of my dice energy. Fun fact, yes, that is one of my babies from the Umbral Oculus Dice. Look at it, it's so pretty. You should love them. But I will be having another micro sale that will go live very likely tomorrow evening or Wednesday evening. It's just by micro, there's only literally 5 to 7 sets that are going to be available for this one before dropping my first big batch sale, which will have 30 plus sets later this month, start of next month. So this is my last micro batch, just cleaning out all of my test dice to get everything clear so that I have room. Again, every Monday, here playing Peggy Sue. Like DeAngelo said, I will be in Vampire the Masquerade as Susie, nerdy vampire geek. Then Sunday, we have Forge of Fate on Casual Campbell's channel, where I play a cat mutant with a Scottish accent most of the time. You should come watch that one. And then one of my personal favorite things, which we do have a D&D project that will also be coming out sometime, starting in August as well through DM screening, but my personal baby will be starting here on the Initiative Order in August as well. And I just cannot wait to scare the pants off of some people on a regular basis. So this is going to be good stuff. Info on that coming soon.
All right, Marcus.
Hey, my name is Justin. You guys can catch me here on Mondays playing the Slinger of Guns, Marcus Cole. And as a public service announcement for those who live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, in about a month's time, Alanis Morissette is performing.
What?
Yeah, get your tickets.
I guess I'm gonna have to go.
I love that you made that announcement. That's the best.
Hashtag sponsor, hashtag ad.
Hashtag
paid
give
partnership.
Me free tickets.
Hashtag
I love
MySpace
you.
or no space.
I'm clipping this and I'm posting it, and if she sees it, I'm gonna be like, "Guess what? You
welcome.
play TTRPG." And it'll be all
Compared to
because,
Fallout.
yeah. How do you feel
Just
about
make sure for the caption say "you oughta know," and then
Yeah.
No, did it work? No. Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay in my lane.
That was very sugar of you. I appreciate it.
I tried. You rubbed off on me. A little bit.
That's the goal.
All right, Tipper. Tipper.
Hi, hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie. I'm Alicia Marie Body on socials. I am a costume artist and a bunch of other things. And I'm a TTRPG performer. I'm always doing something. You can follow me on socials and find out what madness I'm up to there. Otherwise, I will see you next week here on the Initiative Order. Oh yeah, on wait, let me say something here. On Thursday, which is the 8th, I'll be appearing on a show for the Glass Cannon. Find out more on my social media. Again, I don't know what I'm doing until I look at my calendar, so.
Awesome. That's so awesome. I really liked when y'all did Star Trek. That was a good run. So excited to see what you're doing with that. Cool. Well, until next week, just get wasted, have fun with your friends, love each other, do all the things. I don't know, man. Watch all the things.
Till next time, stay wasted.
Yep. Until next time.
Your other public service announcement.
Stay
They waited
Hashtag
for
stay
another
wasted.
week.
Do as
Hashtag.
Marcus does and just stay wasted.
Let's
All right,
stay
y'all.
wasted.
We're going to be rating our friend a lot, so show him all the love and stick around because he plays some really cool games. So we'll see y'all next time, everyone.
We need a gang like hand signal or something.
Right?